Welcome Wolfpack to another SCUM University tutorial series. This is probably going to be where you start if you are a brand new character to SCUM. I'm going to go over all of the basic keyboard controls. Stick around and we will learn the game together. I'll show you some of the stuff that I do and I'll give you a brief overview of how the game works. So we are going to start right here. The mouse moves you around. You can look around up, down, left, right. You can actually switch this around in options as well, as with any of the keyboard commands, but we'll go over that in a little while. The W, forward, the A, left, the D, right, and the S, backwards, move you around. So W, A, S, and D, just like any other PC game that's keyboard commanded. This might be your first game, your first PC game, and if that's the case, that's how you move around in most PC World games. The C button is for crouching. You can drop your character into a lower stance, he will move quieter, and it will increase your stealth as you are moving around. That's how you increase your stealth attribute. You'll see right here, as we're crouching around, our stealth attribute will slowly, very slowly go up, and then you will eventually level it up. You can set the depth of your crouch by holding the control button and using your mouse wheel. We have a little visitor. Hang on one second, let's take care of this guy. That's why I threw myself a little club here, so. Alright, he's out. The X button is to prone out. You will be less visible. Press X again, and you'll stand back up. Any of these buttons can be pressed from any position. You can drop from C to X. You can drop from walking right to crouch and or prone. You can set your speed with your mouse wheel. While walking, if you scroll up, you can move from a jog to a dead sprint. Keep in mind that if you are dead sprinting around, people can hear you rather easily. There is an auto walk feature or an auto run feature. You can hold shift and press the W key. You can control your speed again with the mouse wheel. I am not holding anything W, A, S, and D. The character will just walk until it runs into something. And while holding the Alt button, you can look around as the character is walking around. But a couple of the other basic commands that are essential. The M button will bring up the map. You will see all 4 sectors, 4x4 right now. You will see the sectors that are in play. The blue is you and which way you are looking. Up is usually north. Compasses are coming. They are not in the game yet. To enter first-person view, press the Enter button. The Q button and the E button will allow you to change the camera over the shoulder view in third person. Also, if you press the E button again, you'll be able to lean left and right. Again, very handy in first-person view. You'll be able to look around objects without exposing your whole body to the threat. I am going to do a basic video on firearms in the very near future, and I will go over all of the peering around corners and all of the weapons, keyboard commands, and tactics in that video. While moving around the map, if you find the need to jump over something, you can press the space button. Space button will allow you to jump. If you're next to something, space will allow you to lunge over the top of it. If you are near something that you can climb, like an open door, you can go up to the door, reach up, and then you'll be able to get on the roof of some place. You can pretty much climb and get onto anything that you have a path to. There's pretty much paths to every asset in the game. You can move around, climb, and interact with it. Your F button is most of your actions. So your F button will allow you to open and close doors. You can come in here. You will be allowed to search the items. There's where we find all of our survival items. And you'll be running around. F is one of the most commonly used keys that you will use in the entire game. Our tab button to open up our inventory screen. This is where it will default. You will see what the pants we have, and if we found a knife on the ground, we could just take it and drag it, or we could actually double click it and it would be picked up. To get into the action menu, you press and hold tab. This is you're going to be all your toilet commands, poo, urination, all these things right here. This will cause you to do it. If you have the supporter pack, every time your character dies, you will be able to poo out an item. The right mouse button is the focus. If you are right-click and focused, you'll be able to hear footsteps, you'll be able to hear where people are coming from, you'll be able to hear animal sounds, and you will be able to see animal prints on the ground as you're hunting and tracking. Communication is key in SCUM. You can use the B button to talk out loud to the person. If you don't have a headset or a microphone, the T button is where you would press to talk to them. If that goes out and it's blue, this will go out in the whole server. The whole server will see that. If you want to just speak to somebody that's right near you, you, you press the T button and then press the tab button. Your background will change from blue to white. Only the people in the immediate vicinity will be able to see that. The V button will put you into a battle stance. Left click to punch. You'll be able to block with the right button, and if you press the V button again, you will drop out of that battle stance. If you click your left mouse button, you will go right into a fighting stance. It's default right into V stance, and then you can throw your punches. But watch on the bottom left there. If you do this too much, your stamina is going to go down, and then you will start to tire out. So we found ourselves a wooden spear. In order to use this, we can come over here. We can take it, right click, and take it in our hands. Because it's in hotbar number 2, it's on our back, we can hit number 2, or we could just take it and we can drag and drop it and use it that way. While the spear is in your hands, you can press the left button, and that will give a combat arc as where the spear will land. If you do not want to shoot it, you can press the V button twice, and it will cancel the shot. You can also use the spear as a bash. You can press the V button to come into a fighting stance without throwing the spear, and you can use it as a melee weapon. Another handy view, if you hold the Alt button, you can use your mouse and turn around, and you'll be able to see different angles of your character. This is perfect if you're a content creator and you're looking to do screenshots. This is how I do a lot of screenshots. Keep in mind that if you're in the fighting stance, you'll be able to scroll all the way around your character and see every single angle. If you're not in the fighting stance, you can only go to about, I would say about 30 degrees to either side. You can't get a direct head-on shot. So most of my screenshots and thumbnails are made from by being in some sort of a fighting stance, holding the Alt button and scrolling to the front. So this is how you patch if you have nothing and you were in a battle with a couple of puppets that ambushed you. You'll see on the bottom right, my health is okay because I'm not that badly damaged, but I have to patch myself to get rid of that red blood icon. So what I usually do is I'll take my underwear. You need to have a knife of some sort, whether it's a stone knife. You need to right-click the underwear action over here, or any one of these actually. You need to right-click and left-click cut into rags. All right, to pick up these items, we can either drag and drop them, or we can double-click them and they will move into the next available spots. So now we have our red icon right here. There's a couple things we can do to patch. What I like to do is I like to keep a rag or a bandage in my 0 hotbar button. I press 0, he comes out, he grabs that thing, and he starts patching himself up. And then you will see on the bottom left that after he is done patching himself up, the red blood icon will go away. Now you'll come in here, you will actually see Phase 1 physical injury has been treated, and we are good to go. One of the last keyboard commands that we have for this episode is the G button. Before you try this, you want to make sure that you have night vision goggles equipped or on your person, and then you hit G button and you will be able to see using your night vision. Obviously, this works a lot better at night than it does during the daytime. The glare will not be nearly as bad. If you've learned anything from this video, please smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I thank you all for tuning in. I hope this was a quick hit. I know it's very basic for some, but those who are just learning the game, I hope you were able to pull something away from it and learn something to make your gameplay a little bit easier. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to the Wolfpack if you decide to subscribe.